for relaxing times. Make it Tunghori time. Hello there! Welcome back to another episode of Tunghori time. Yes, indeed. I've just moved these AT-AT drivers out of the way. I don't know if you've had a chance to see my new series called Top to Flop. And I started out with looking at the AT-AT drivers. Not many in that episode to look at, but I will be focusing on some figures that I do have a lot of. For example, R2-D2, TIE Fighter Pilot, Vader, Stormtrooper, even C-3PO. Can't wait. It's going to be my sort of like best of, or top to bottom aggregate ranking sort of video. So, but still, this is a really exciting one. This is a Tunghori delivery that's arrived today. I can almost guarantee you there's going to be some Ewoks in here, ladies and gentlemen. And again, as ever is the case when I order from Tunghori, a few surprises maybe. I can never remember my full order, which is great because there's always a few surprises, as I say. So that's good. This has not taken that long to get here. A couple of weeks was it? I got this ago. This is all thanks to Daniel Chart, who made me spend my money again. Because, well, you know, thank you for letting me know, Daniel, that there were Ewoks for sale. Keep looking on Tunghori, ladies and gentlemen. He did have Lumat for sale, and I'm an idiot. I had him in my basket and I took him out. You see, the thing is, if I had bought him that day, I would have added another $30 on my order, which would have taken it to about 80 quid. And I just thought, nah, this is getting ridiculous. Just to get a couple of Ewoks and move on. And then I took him out of my basket, and then about 5 minutes later, he'd sold out. And then about a day later, he was back again. But I thought, I'm not doing another order and adding another $10 of shipping on. So anyway, just to give you the heads up that Lumat was available on Tunghori, and I wouldn't mind getting him in my next order, perhaps. Right, so let's see what we've got from Tunghori. And it starts with R2-D2 here. This is an awesome R2. This is the one that's custom made for like the Battle of Yavin. It's getting a bit dark in here. But look at all that battle damage and stuff. That's brilliant. Because, you know, lots of different R2-D2s work in Luke's X-Wing, but which is actually up there. I got it mounted now, the X-Wing Luke's. But I sometimes don't like putting some of my good ones in there because, although you need a really good R2 in your X-Wing, because, but that's the sad thing. If you put a good R2 in your X-Wing, you don't get to see the body. Now with this one, because he's all damaged and stuff, you know, when R2, say something, he'll be all right. Unless you want him out of the X-Wing, might be quite a good one in. Actually, now I'm looking at him, I think he'd be a good R2 to have out the X-Wing. If you had like a hangar setup, you could have 3PO there, you know, when Luke gets out of the X-Wing. Look at that, that's a great looking figure. When he gets out and celebrates with Han and Leia, I did actually, my plan was to have him inside the X-Wing, but he's looking a bit too battered for that. I think we should take advantage of him somewhere else, maybe. I don't know, but that's for me to decide. But there you go. That is an R2 that exists. That is a battle damaged Yavin. I didn't even know it existed. That's a great R2. Look at the sculpt as well. I mean, that's very reminiscent of... Just get this one here. Look at that. Very similar to that one. That one's the Black Series one. The eye looks very similar. I get paranoid with what I say now. I got the likes of July Tunov picking me up on mistakes I make. But I'd say that those eyes were kind of identical. So it's like a modified version of this, or vice versa, or whatever, you know. It's they made that clearly from the mold that did that, am I right? Who knows? But that's that. That's the first figure. Next one. What have we got here? I promised myself I was gonna look online first and check the names of these Ewoks. So there's the Ewok number 1. I might cut this actually in a minute and check Tunghori's website. That looks to me like Chief Chirper. I think that is Chirper, yeah, brilliant. And finally, there's this guy. One of them is called Klitschy, or Klitschy. Oh my god, and that's all there is. It's just 4 figures. That cost me nearly $60 US, ladies and gentlemen. Including the shipping Or maybe it was $59, so it was like less than that in pounds. So, but you know, it can be expensive. But if you talk to someone like Daniel Chart, the man whose name I can't stop mentioning on this channel, you know, he'll let you in on the reality of the economics of some of these figures. Apparently, some of them that he had on there were scandalously expensive on the secondary market. You know, really, really, really rare and expensive Ewoks. And he messaged me and he said, mate, I'll get on there if I were you. It's a load of really rare Ewoks that he's actually spent a lot of money on them elsewhere. But yeah, it's getting dark in here, so ladies and gentlemen, please do bear with me. Let's get them all out. He comes with a weapon. This guy, he comes with loads of accessories. Check all this out. And I'll look in a minute at who is who. Now this is the guy, I think this is the guy who's in the tree, because look, he's got a blaster with him. You know, when the ATST is... Bloody hell, that doesn't go in his hand very well. The ATST that Chewbacca is piloting is kicking ass, and then this guy, you see a shot of him, I think. I thought he was more of a grey colour though. Why has he got that with him? What's the point of that? It's like one of those accessories you get in the vintage collection. And there's a pouch as well. Don't understand the ins and outs of that. Obviously alternate headgear, but he looks like he's got a wider head that wouldn't support that. He's having trouble standing up. And then finally, the man I was really after. This is what I wanted for my latest series, which was the Best of the 96. I had to film my old... Well, that's crap, isn't it? He doesn't come with a spear or anything, Tunghori. But he has all these accessories on him. Is that removable? Oh yeah, that dagger's removable. Still a great looking Ewok though. That's Chief Chirper. Pretty certain of that. God, I didn't realise how dark it was in here. Sorry ladies and gentlemen, I should have come up here earlier to film. So that's good to have him. I might actually take the spear that I had on my vintage 80s Chief Chirper, which was one I bought in recent years. And then I put a custom... I'm sorry about that. My mind went blank. Repro was the word I was after. I've got a repro spear I could maybe give him. So I'm going to cut there, check the names of these guys, and then I'll be right back with you. Yeah, I've been on now. Let's just put these here so they're all kind of with the light, what remains of it coming on them. So this is Nanta, and he goes for $18.99 on Tunghori. Sold out at the making of this video. Chief Chirper's still on there for $6.99, which is a bargain, isn't it? Because he's the main guy and he was one of the 96. $6.99 US dollars. And this is it Flitchy? Oh, for bruh. I'm going to go and check again. Bear with me a minute. Yeah, I do beg your pardon. Sorry, forgot his name. Yeah, this is Flitchy. Just knocked him over. And he comes with the blaster, as you saw in the movie, I believe. He's the guy in the tree. I don't remember him being that colour. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He still looks pretty cool, doesn't he? He really does look like a bear, a murder bear. Savage face there. And so there's that guy. Kind of reminiscent of the vintage 80s, wherever that figure might be. Yeah, and here's this R2 again. A bit battered that, so I'll do something with him. I might put him in my X-Wing. Be careful with R2s though, because sometimes when they curl out at the base, they hook in underneath a piece of plastic, kind of like a trench inside, and then they're impossible to remove. Be very careful. In fact, I'll tell you this one nothing. This droid here, which came with the Royal Starship, there, that Royal Starship, right? Never put that in an X-Wing. You'll never get it out. Took me ages. And he curls out. Look, oh god, yeah, look, they're similar. They must come from the same mold. Be very careful though. Just be careful with R2s. Anyway, check out this. Nice. I like something that's weathered like that. A little bit of feature and detail there. Really, you should drizzle some oil all over him. That'll make him a bit more authentic, wouldn't it? Look at all that on the top. Never knew this R2 existed. That's amazing. Has he got a sunroof? No, he hasn't. He hasn't got one of those sunroofs. Bit of dirt there, bit of weathering. That could work with the... I wouldn't see why that couldn't work with the Endo bunker. You know when he's going mental? And there you are, here's the Ewoks again. So you got Chief Chirper, you got Nanta, and you got Flitchy there. Alright, there's my 4 pickups from Tunghori. Keep an eye out. As I say, you can get Chief Chirper there on sale at the minute, and also keep an eye out for Lumat. He probably will be back on sale at some point soon. Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi, only one. Another episode of Tunghori Time. Out.